What is happening? Jonathan Dunkerley here. You can call me Dunk. And today I wanted to show you one of, or actually a couple of the different ways that I am generating leads with AI. And if you don't know anything about the way that marketing works, you have to get leads, and that's how you make money, even with a small channel, or even if you don't even have a YouTube channel or whatever your choice of traffic is. I always tell people, like a YouTube channel or wherever your social media is, that is not your business. It's actually just your social media is actually just a traffic source to grow your business. Just since I'm live, there's a school community. You're welcome to join it. It's school.com/wealth on autopilot. It's the link if you wanted to take a look at it. But I do share a lot of free stuff there, including this checklist. But there's the link if you wanted to join. Free to join. Welcome to join in. Again, school.com/wealth on autopilot. It's funny. Okay, I just share out that resource either through this opt-in page, which gives you this, or you can just go into the school and I give this out regularly just without just in the posts. So just go grab those. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you the ways that I've been using AI to help me generate passive income. And what I do is I basically am using it to generate leads, either to my email list or even to affiliate products, things like that, using AI. And also different automation bots. I think that people, they get cornered into thinking like it has to be one particular type of automation. As long as it's an automation, then I consider that kind of AI. Just some are a little bit smarter than other ones. What I was showing you before is ways that you could create content like I'm doing. So I create content, and it could even be live streams like I'm doing right now. Say you wanted to create live streams, you could easily create the content on whatever your niche is, and then they would opt in to a landing page like I showed you here, whatever it is, whatever your niche is, and you could easily repurpose those videos also. So I'm streaming with StreamYard, then you could also repurpose those videos using AI editing tools like Descript. There's other tools that are free, but Descript is just better. I know you agree with me. So yeah, I just usually repurpose that, and then I grab the opt-in. I use a tool called High Level. Anything that I'm talking about is linked in the description of this video on YouTube. So if you get lost, that's where you want to find it. But one thing about this is you can go and create content. And then I also create a lot of shorts, and I use Descript to help me create those shorts. And they could be like listicles. They're like lists of things. Like they could be 3 different tools that can make you $1,000 or whatever your niche is. It would just be different for your niche. And one of those always goes to, you guessed it, a landing page, something that I can capture somebody's information. And I like to automate with tools like Radar, where I can schedule to multiple places, basically syndicating my content to a whole bunch of different platforms. Let me just grab this link. So this is actually another traffic source that I am testing out. Let me just grab the link and let me paste this. And so I'm actually going through this myself, because I don't want to tell you to take a look at anything that I'm not testing myself. I'm just going to run you through it. So what it's basically doing is contacting businesses, and it's not going through a traditional email sequence. Typically, if you just cold email people, you're going to get put in the spam folder, or you're going to get marked as spam just because you're reaching out to a business to do a service for them. And what you could do is any of these AI tools could be a service that you offer, as well as affiliate offers, as well as growing your email list. And what this does is it's actually, I actually have this set up already, and I'll just show you. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to just be walking you through as I go through this. It's like a 6-week boot camp that I'm going through. And I'm just going to see how much of a result I can get as far as lead generation with this method. So what it does is it actually contacts people in like website contact forms, and it's not doing it manually. So I think that's the thing is, like, whenever you think of like an AI tool or anything like that's smart, that's doing something that's going to be helpful, it's got to be an automation. So what this is teaching is how to do what people have been doing for a long time, where people can go to websites and basically cold contact different people on websites. I'm trying to say that it would take you a lot of time. So you'd have to be a little more strategic on what you did. So with this, they teach about how you can use these tools in order to scrape all of the different websites and then automate contacting them. So I don't have to contact them one at a time. I could do it all in bulk, is I guess the point. So I'm going through this workshop and we're 1 week in and I've got things set up and let me actually I'll go ahead and I will show you what the setup is right now. Let me just change the tab. Cool. Share that. And I'll explain what I've got on my screen and how you could potentially do it too. So there is the workshop that it's 1 weekend. They do have replays, but this workshop, it's going to teach you how to use these tools. I did have to buy these two tools. This one is one that could either scrape websites or it's one that can automatically send out messages. And then this one is a captcha breaker. And cool. Those are the things that I basically am doing. And that's just on the Windows website. And that's all. I'm running this on a virtual server, and that's it. That's pretty simple. And it's just going to be running in the background, getting me leads. So I'm not going to talk about it too much in the streams because I don't want to risk getting in any kind of trouble if YouTube doesn't like me talking about this kind of stuff, because it's a way to kind of get around some of the rules. But point is that I could use something like this where I am having this tool contact a bunch of people over and over again. And it's not running right now, but I could see it scraped 2,770 sites, and it only got me 725 good links. And then 1,740 of them were no good. And I could say, oh, there's that many that were bad. I got those ones for free. So you could also buy lists and things like that. So I just wanted to show you this, and this is what I've got set up. So the idea is that you could contact these people and sell them anything. So what I mean by that is, here, let me bring this. What I mean by selling them anything is that, say I want to do some kind of setup or something like a done for you setup, and how would I make money with that? So let's run that whole idea by. So how would I make money with doing that as a done for you setup for that? How to do that, and how would I make money from it on the front end and the back end? So you could do a couple different things. You could offer a service, meaning, hey, if you want to have leads in the same way that I'm showing you, same way that I was showing you how I could set up a replicate and how I could set up radar and all of those things. That could also be a service where you help people set it up. And what's the thing about things like radar or go high level or any of those tools that any business might use? For instance, you have something like go high level. What does every business need? Every business, every single one, whether it's me or you, what does every business need? And that's some sort of CRM, some way to capture somebody's information. If that's capturing their email or a phone number, those are like the easiest ones to do. And phone numbers are actually really powerful as long as they opt in. Text messages, how often there's no spam folder for the text message unless you filter it out. So what you need is something where you're going to be able to teach them how to set something up. It could be in any niche. It could be like, so if I wanted to teach you how to do this, so I'm teaching you getting leads, teaching people how to set up that system, a system to get leads. And if it's working for me, I could just show people how to do it. And then typically along the way, there's a couple items that are recurring affiliate products. It doesn't have to be high level. It could be ClickFunnels. It could be any of the other kit. It depends on how much you want to do. You could just set that up and get a recurring commission. For instance, I have my school. That's a recurring affiliate product. Say you're teaching people how to set up a school community. This is how you can get leads. If you set up a school community, they have to sign up for school. They can go through your link. And now you've got some money to help, like they've paid you on the front end to set up whatever the thing is that you're setting up. And then you get an affiliate commission, a recurring affiliate commission. So say you charge a couple $100, whatever your price is. Maybe it's more than that. Maybe it's less when you start. And you charge people on the front end to set it up. And then you have recurring. So they sign up for your particular affiliate offer. That's recurring. Now you have, you know, maybe it's $100 product with a 40% commission. Now you have $40 recurring commission coming in. And that makes it so it's also easier for you to say, okay, I could still help you. I can make sure that you're successful because now they're paying you every single month. And if there's a couple different products that they need to sign up from, your whatever you're charging would end up pay you every single month because every time that their bill repeats, then they pay you. So there's certain things that they might can't be able to cancel. They might be able to cancel, say you do school and they change a platform, but there's always one thing every business needs. It's like a CRM or autoresponder, a way for you to contact people when they're off platform. Like we're hanging out during this stream right now or during this re-upload of this stream. But what if I wanted to email you out and maybe I posted this in school, but what if I, wanted to send out an email to let everybody know I was just about to go live? I could do that because I captured somebody's email. But once you get into an ecosystem of a CRM, it's a little bit more difficult to switch over to another one. Cool. So basically, all that I'm doing is I am contacting a bunch of different people. Think of it like an email list, and it's working on autopilot. So it's a really cool system where I'm able to automatically cold connect with people. And then you could either do anything from having one on one calls with them or just send them directly to an affiliate offer, which has less conversion, obviously. But you could do whatever it is, it's a lead. And then you can do whatever you want to close that lead. And if it's sending them to some sort of automation to close the lead, that's one way to do it, or you could do it manually. So I'm just pointing out there's these really cool ways that you can automate this. And again, I'll just show you exactly how this I'm able to just grab all of these leads. Where is that? Start. I could just scrape for a whole bunch of new links or new sites and then contact those sites and then do the opposite and just get the contacts, make sure that they're good, and then send messages to them afterwards. So yeah, it's actually a really cool tool, and I just started using it. And if you do want to walk through this one, like 1 second, if you do want help getting through, there is the boot camp that I'll be perfectly honest, I am actually in the boot camp right now. I'm not right now. I'm hanging out with you. I'm streaming with you right now. I'm not actually in the boot camp right now. Let me just bring it up. All my different pages. 1 second. 1 second. There it is. There we go. Do we like the background right now? I think it was like on the rocket setting. Doesn't want to share. There it goes. So again, I guess my point was that if you want to join in on the workshop that I'm going through it myself. I test this and see if it actually delivers the leads and getting those leads to go warm. So I'm going through this workshop and I part of the reason why is because I do get a lot of leads from my AI content. Also repurposing and doing these lives and everything. I get a lot of leads from having this landing page and the different affiliates that I put on my live streams as well as on the short form content that AI is creating and repurposed on long form. But one thing that I'm seeing about this one is that this is just basically buying the leads or the potential leads, and then you do automatic blind outreach with AI. And it's just like, what can you actually sell with something like this? Honestly, I think that the opportunities are endless because when you have those lists, you could potentially sell anything to anybody because they're like blind lists. So again, I can't 100% vouch for it because I have not done it myself, but I'm going through it right now. I'm setting it up. I showed you how I set it up on a private server, a virtual private server, which is like a remote desktop. And I just run everything off of that. So yeah, there's my screen. Also, I have a Mac. So since I have a Mac, that's a Windows software and that solves that problem. And because this is always running and using processing power, I could ramp it up and use a lot more of the computer's processing power and not have to worry about my computer ever going down or my internet going down, and I can just keep on continuing to message people and make the idea is getting leads that make me money, make me sales, and automate it as much as possible. So again, I do have it all set up so far. If you do have any questions, just drop them in the comments or come into my school. That's another place to come and ask questions. Right now, I am currently just getting ready to start sending out the messages. And the idea is that you could have different types of aliases that you reach out from or different emails that you send out from. And you could potentially send different offers to those same leads. And some of those offers might convert and some of them won't. So again, I'm still figuring out for myself. And I know a lot of people that actually like Chase, I know personally, who he actually had a lot of good results with this. And he's told me about exactly like he's encouraged me to do this in the past and I didn't follow through. That's on me. But now I'm sticking with this boot camp or this, yeah, boot camp. Is that what we're calling it? I'm just doing a little live. I know it's a little later than usual. I'm just going over one of the ways that I'm testing to get leads using AI. I'm going through this workshop or this boot camp. It's boot camp. And what I have set up so far is a remote server, a virtual private server, which is just running Windows. And then I have two different tools, one to break captchas and one to actually scrape and then also send out cold messages that potentially could become warm leads, or at least a cool lead. Cold message, at least a cool lead. What's up, Calvin? How's it going? Great to have you. First time here. I'm just going over one of the ways that I am experimenting with to get new leads. So what I usually have been doing recently is a lot of AI content creation where I create short form content. Excuse me. Whenever I don't have to burp until I'm like sitting here talking on the microphone in front of everybody. And it's gonna be, oh yeah, Chris, it's a great boot camp so far. And it's a really cool way to generate leads. Here, like bring up the screen again. So if you want to, I'm experimenting with this because from what I understand from everybody that I've known, it just goes faster. It's just a much faster way to get leads, but they're technically cold. They're cold leads. So if I wanted to, one second. Yeah. So like you can scrape your own leads or you can buy them if you want, but it's up to you. But this tool, it was a one-time purchase. I paid for the tool. I do have to pay for the VPS since I'm running it on a remote server. But if you're running it on your own computer, it's not going to be any issue. The boot camp, it's teaching you how to do this and basically set it up and get leads. I know Chase, who has used this exact method to get leads in the past, and I'm going to jump on and I'm going to learn along with him. You're going to be asking like, what can you actually sell to random leads, right? Like, what are you going to be able to sell to them? Anything like I have my AI profit checklist. I also drop it in my school community all the time for free. But any of these things on here, if you go through here, like how to set up a email autoresponder, for instance, you know what? You are marketing to your business and you don't have any way to, you know, capture your leads and market to them, and they're stuck in like 1999 and they're not updating their business. You can say, if you had this landing page that could capture what do they need, if they want a landing page? They're going to need to have something like autoresponder or a CRM. Go High Level is one, you could do that, or if they want a different one. ClickFunnels is another example. ClickFunnels, really minty. That's a good example. That's a recurring product. Say you are really good at ClickFunnels. You're a funnel hacker and you're doing all of that stuff. And you're saying like, let's be perfectly honest. Sometimes you get into those things like with ClickFunnels or some of those communities, they're pretty culty. There's people that are just freaking in love with it. It's like that MLM vibe where people like, this is the best software in the world. It's forever good. And you get a couple of those people. This is a way that those people can get leads where they're going to get people say, hey, you know what? If you know what you're missing in your business, a funnel. And if you want a funnel, you can use ClickFunnels. It's the best one out there. It can get a bit confusing, but if you want, I can help you get set up. You see how you could actually make money with this. And now you've charged them up front in order to set all that up. One of the conditions that you could have is just, hey, I need you to sign up through my affiliate link. I could charge you a lower price if you do that, because now you have a recurring affiliate commission that's coming in from them. So they pay you every single month. And that's how I make a lot of my money, because it's like you can go from having, personally, I'd rather have the recurring affiliate. It'd be like, I'm going to charge you $300 versus a couple extra $100 for something that they might be signed up for years. And if it's a 40% commission and it's $100 product, that's $40 a month and it stacks. So you're going to be able to get a lot of affiliate commissions stacking on top of each other. And now you get a second person, and it gets now 40 becomes 80, and so on and so forth. And for instance, the person that's running that boot camp, Chase Rayner, he actually has, like, with high level, I know he was talking about, it's an average of 20,000 a month. So any AI video YouTube ideas working? So what exactly is your question? Any AI video channel ideas working? Oh, you're talking about just creating content. I create AI content on this channel all the time. Like this YouTube channel, Civilization Unfolded. You're growing quickly-ish as of late. So you're growing. Is your channel growing? Is that what you're saying? But reality, really minty. Anything that is a problem that somebody has, when you're saying, if you're talking about like a topic for a YouTube, like a AI channel, it's like any problem that somebody has. And if you're able to use AI to automate it, that would be something to talk about that would be, I don't know if that's what your question is, if that's something to sell, but like with AI, I use AI to basically automate all of the content that I create on my YouTube channel, but it's always about just getting leads. What's up, Ian? Really wealthy rush. One of the things that I've been doing for shorts, for instance, short form content, is I will either generate it completely with AI. I take a script and I even have the same couple links. I don't even need to go crazy, and just, like, you can grab a couple videos that do well, or like a couple links, like these 3 AI image tools will blow your mind. And then that video, just like one link goes to the tool. And by the way, if there's an affiliate for that, you could even just create a custom URL. And if that's a recurring affiliate, usually those cheaper tools, it's $5 a month. The goal is always just to get people onto my email list. So whether I'm doing short form content, which is generated with AI, or if I'm doing these live streams right now, what I'll end up doing with this live stream when it's done is I'll take this live stream and drop it into Descript AI, easyaiedits.com. Sorry, I don't even remember what my affiliate is. But if you do that one, like, that's the tool that I use to repurpose my videos. I drop it in there. And then I usually just remove any of the really long pauses. So if I'm like looking at something, I'll remove that. I have it remove any kind of the ums and stuff like that, because those are filler words. And then I do have it do an AI light re-edit on it. And usually it shaves like 10 or 15 minutes out of the live. And then I re-upload that. And that's another piece of content that can grow my email list. So what I'm doing is, you don't have to necessarily do the lives, but you generate the shorts. But the lives, I find, are actually really easy to help people more effectively than just doing the edit, like the regular uploads. But then I could still do regular uploads, double the amount of touch points that you have when you're reaching an audience, which grows your email list because more people are opting in. And then you can continue to do the shorts. Where is it? This one was like a boot camp that I'm going through right now. I'm telling you, I'm still set. I just got it set up. So I will let you know what it looks like. Are you just you are programming? Okay, that's awesome. But if something's difficult, one thing that I've been doing a lot, in just so like, not to change the subject, but I've been using this feature right here. If you have Chat GPT, that's a lot of focus. If you have Chat GPT, let me show you. This is like mind blowing. Oh yeah, it won't work on your computer because it doesn't have the thing. But I believe that it will eventually with the one that's built in. But if I get lost on something, say you're programming. So say you're programming, you point your camera at your screen and he's got the code. You could just bring up the camera now, turn on the mic, and then you'd be able to say something like, "Hey, what's wrong with this code?" And you can just point at it. It will, "What did I do wrong?" And you just point the camera at your screen. It will actually walk you through whatever you messed up. We'll do that verbally, but like, it's crazy how this is going to actually there these are going to become more and more common built into your computer. So just imagine you just tell your computer to do something for you and it just does it. Like if there's coding that you have that you're doing like programming and it's not working, there's going to be a point pretty soon where you're going to be able to say fix this programming and it just does it like magic. You have a question? There's a couple ways like you could use anything that I just mentioned to Minty. I'll just bring this up on screen. You were saying like, how do you got a question for me? I'm interested in generating leads for real estate agents. What would you look for? One thing that I would say is obviously social media is a great way to do it. Do the same sort of stuff that I'm doing where I create short form content. And what I do is actually post those onto a whole bunch of different places. Like I have like 17 Facebook pages that I'm posting onto as well. You could also do the same with Instagram. You could have multiple Instagrams if you want. Those take a little bit of time to wake up. So I post every single day and I generated all that stuff with AI. And then I take also you could post it onto YouTube, you could post it onto X. The Instagram and Facebook pages are probably the easiest way to do that. Say you created content about, say it could even be, you might be a local real estate, like you may not want to be national. You could say, hey, make content about, let's just say say I'm from California, maybe you're from Los Angeles, and you were saying, hey, I won't only want to have a real estate in this area. You'd make content that's relevant to that area. And it can either be long form or shorts, and you're going to be collecting content or collecting leads that are relevant to that place because the algorithm kind of goes directly to that. But another way that you could do it, and this is what this boot camp, and let me just show you like what the boot camp is. So what they do is you could actually either scrape the different websites for their contact forms, and it's just basically like when you go to the let me see if they even have how about we just go to high level, for example. Let's see if they have one at the bottom. I think their contact form's a little different, probably a bad example. But like they have contact right here. It's not a contact form, so it's a phone number. But we can go to Descript, for instance. These are like bigger companies, but every company has a way to contact them at the bottom of the page. So help, support, like contact. So it finds the about us. It finds the way to get to contact the business. For real estate, social media marketing is important. Like nowadays it is. If you want to like actually make it glitz and glam and show it off, some people will buy them. Like I actually worked on the show $1 Million Listing. It's funny. Yeah, I worked on like season 14. That's my day job, working on TV shows. But you would be able to say target a particular area and say real estate agents in that high level. Oh, you mean to market to a whole bunch of different places? High level has like the posting feature, but it's clunky and it's okay. It's not the best, but I use the one called Radar. If you want to use the high level one, it's completely fine. But I prefer the one called Radar. That's the one that I use. But what I was saying is you'd be able to actually take the list. Say you actually bought one of those lists, you'd be able to actually take it and send those out, and certain people would reply, and then you'd be able to connect with them in their reply. You only start a conversation with the people that reply to your cold message. If I was going to do that manually, I'd have to go to find a website. I have to go down that funnel of being able to figure it out in their messaging. But instead, now you have the bot that basically found all those forms and now submits to them all automatically. And that's how it works. So I'm testing out. But the idea is if you could do that, you could target any niche. You could say if you are in real estate, but if you wanted to narrow it down, say, okay, I only want ones that are for this particular region, like their businesses in this area. Okay, they're real estate agencies in this area. And you just be able to go down that, whittle it down that way out of your list. Is that making sense? Hope that's making sense. But I could bring this up again just so you could see. Like right here, I scraped these myself. It obviously the sites aren't out of everything. It scraped like 2,770, but only 700 were good, and the rest were all kind of bad ones that didn't work out. But that's okay because they're basically free leads. I got them for free. And then I could just blind cold connect with them, and you could run that on your computer or anything else. But if you did, again, I am still learning this myself, so I'm going to be reporting on my results to everybody as I get them. is it? There you go. But what I typically do is if for my long-term content strategy, it's really to automate as much content to go out as I can. And the key word to me is automate because I don't want to be spending all of my time creating one piece of content that's not going to do well when I could create content that is high value that's going to help people. So, for instance, I have different tools that I use. If I want to have emails that go out automatically, I use High Level. And then you could also use the snapshot right here. Just clone my snapshot. And then places to that you could syndicate your content really easily. And what I mean by yeah, sure. Let me bring this up. So the web scraping one that I'm using, where is it? I'm learning about it in this boot camp right now. If people wanted me to help them set it up, I could always do like a setup, like a one-on-one setup with you if that's something you're interested in. And that's probably what I'm going to be marketing to the leads that I get from VPS setup. So what I did, let me actually just find the right tab. There we go. I'll just bring up the other tab. So I actually am liking this VPS that I'm using. Virtual private server, if people are wondering what that means. It's like a computer in the cloud. So this tool is just called GSA. It can get a little bit complicated, but and then this is just a capture breaker. But these are the tools that I like the one that I got right here. So it's not a free tool, but it's just a one-time payment one. So it's not a recurring one, but it's a really like the tool is really easy to use. You're able to create like a project. I'll also, if it makes it easier, if you just jump in, I'll post a link to a checklist that I'll make that will just have all the different tools and I'll just include them all in that one checklist. Or you could always just jump into that boot camp and they have them all in there as well. It's the GSA is the name of the tool that I use to get the website contacts. And then there's a capture breaker, and you probably want to get some proxies too. And that's pretty much it. There's nothing really too much more to it than that. When you get those contacts, it ends up sending them all to a Gmail account. How much do I pay per month? I think so I just got this one. I did the 3-month plan for I did 8 GB of RAM, a solid state drive one. It has Windows 2019 on it, and it's working pretty good. So I didn't want to have to jump onto something really big, but I think it would have been $39 a month if I paid for it, but I paid for 3 months at a time. So I got a few dollars off. This particular one actually only let me do the 3-month ones. I don't think it really, it didn't give me a 1-month option for this particular VPS. It works. I think I've been able to scrape with it. I've been told it's not the best scraper out of them all, but you could also buy lists if you want to. It's up to you. I don't have too much to report on it right now because I just got everything set up and I'm going to continue to test this and see what leads I get from it. I'll tell everybody about it. Oh no, it's not bad at all. It was like $40 basically a month. If you think about it, like a little under $40 a month for Windows 19, 8 GB. Just if people are trying to figure out how I do that is I could show people how to do these things for free. But then you get on a recurring affiliate plan with the people that you're setting these things up with, whatever the thing that you're promoting. So whatever lead you're getting, you could set these things up for them. Or is it? I did a Windows VPS, and you could do like the baseline one. And what was it? Yeah, I think I did this one. It was even cheaper. So 8 cores, 8 GB X It's the X8 gigabyte plan, 120 solid state drive, 1 gigabyte, 1 gigabits per second. And yeah, so it was like $35 a month. It's pretty cheap, pretty affordable. So yeah, I'll set up. I need to go through all of these and set up the affiliate link, but there's actually another thing that I've done in these servers that I want to point out. If you've ever seen people that are doing them, like OBS is a good thing that you could do in these servers. Like, why would I want to have OBS here? What could I do with it? Maybe I want to stream from here and do it like 24 hours a day. All you would have to do is just put the footage on your server, and then you'd be able to go right here. Where is it? You'd have to install VLC onto the computer first. But once you install VLC, the player, it shows up here, and you could create, or I think I even play it. Media source. It might be media source. Yeah, I would have to install VLC first. But once you do that, you could just use this and have a loop of the same video and have it shuffled. It's really like another thing. This is a different thing. I'm not going to change the subject, but that's another thing you do on these servers. So if you're trying to create content, that's one way to get leads, just by having kind of a 24-hour show going. But yeah, this is the one that I got. I haven't been having any issue with it. If it gets too slow, or if I need more, I'll just probably either get the 16 gigabyte here, or the highest level one, resin, and it gets as high for 16 gigabytes is like $90 for that one, but that's 10 gigabits per second. I'm happy with it so far. I've only had it for a day, but I'm really happy with it so far. No complaints there. So yeah, I'll set up the affiliates and I'll show everybody. Like, I'll put them in a checklist, the one that I had over there. And again, I apologies that I don't have too much to report on it yet. I just got everything set up, and I will, like, I've been told about exactly how much, like, the results that this can get. And to me, I think that I could at the very least test it for you. And if it doesn't pan out, then you'll know. But if it does, I'll be able to tell you what is working and what's not working, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to show you. And the price on this does always keep on going up. I think it's like every couple days they raise, or every week or so they raise the price a little bit. And it's not fake scarcity, but again, you can go through this workshop just like I'm doing. Completely up to you. And if you do, there's a link in the description. Appreciate it if you get through my affiliate link. But otherwise, I'm just going to continuously, like, I'm going to show you what I'm doing and give you my results. And if you do have questions as I'm going along the way, just jump into my school. But just go through here so you can see like the other people that have had results. And so you could break down. I want to emphasize what it really does come down to. It's really just about collecting leads. And when you collect leads, you're able to sell whatever you want. So if you collect, and say you send them straight to an affiliate link, that could work. It could work. Whatever you're doing, you're sending them straight to an affiliate link, and maybe you have to send 100 messages, like good messages out, and one person buys your affiliate offer. Maybe you make a couple $100 off that affiliate offer. Awesome. But maybe you have a way that you can have a better product. Like, maybe you have, instead of just an affiliate product, you can say, okay, instead of just doing that, I'm going to go capture my emails. Like, I want to give them a freemium thing, or I can give them away my checklist. What are some of my, yeah, Alex Ramosi is one of them. She's saying, I'll just bring it up on screen. Do you watch Alex Ramosi and Jake Tran, or anyone? Like, I do watch Alex Ramosi. I honestly, I have a school community, and part of the reasons, like the thing that keeps me from ever canceling it, besides the fact that I do the platform, is that Alex does like a weekly Q&A, like kick you in the butt type sessions. So it's nice to be able to go to those every single week. So if nothing else, even if I didn't have the community, I'd probably keep the sign up just because I'd have access to it. But then the person that I'm actually learning from is actually Chase here, who I've been following for a long time. I remember really appreciating how consistent Chase is, and how he just always is very generous with himself and wanting to help other people, and how he just keeps on going. And everybody has their hiccups. But he's one person that I definitely would follow if you want to figure out how to get lead generation. So I definitely look at Alex. And I definitely, and as far as for video, I look at people like Sean Canal. I think, I he always tells that story about how he worked at a Red Robin when he was before he like when he lived in Orange County. I actually worked at that same Red Robin. It's funny. But those, yeah, definitely Alex Ramosi. I like his vibe. I like everything that he's about. But yeah, I haven't really looked too much at Jake Tran. Let me write it down so I could remember to check it when I'm not streaming. Instagram photos. And there's always the older ones, like those that are no longer with us, like Jim Rohn. When people say, "Oh, do you have a mentor?" It doesn't have to be somebody that's still alive. In all honesty, it could be somebody that's no longer with us that left us with their legacy behind. As far as the people that I feel like mentor me. But one thing that I like, and again, so you get an idea of what I like to do is, for instance, here I cloned my face for my thumbnails, and I created a model, and it's housed on Hugging Face. This is something that he was figuring out. Where did he figure it out? He figured it out because there was a video that Matt Wolf created, just talking about how he used this Lucataco Flex Dev Laura. But yeah, there's gonna be a lot of changes over the next couple months or next couple years, I feel, and all sorts of things. And in all honesty, I feel like automations are going to be like the key thing that sets most creators apart, whatever it is. So if you could automate getting yourself leads, however it is, then the more automations that happen, like as creating this thumbnail, created it with automations, and now of course that gives me leads. Videos give me leads, so it's created with AI. It's getting me leads, but obviously the contact forms. The idea is I'm getting them faster, but I don't have to create my thumbnails anymore. That's something that can be automated with AI. Granted, I take them and I add text on them and I brighten up myself, but for the most part, it's just an image that I could take right here and make it look at how scary I look there. Just look at that. Replicate can help you make thumbnails. Definitely can. I create these images, and since you're interested in it, let me just show you this real quick. So what I do is, I think my browser is getting a little tired. It's okay. We could squeeze through a few more minutes. So I've been messing a lot with these projects in ChatGPT. If you haven't messed with projects yet in ChatGPT, you got to go mess with some projects in ChatGPT. It's like a custom GBT that's on you, like that you could use over and over again. And it just like, for instance, right here, I have one that I have right here, custom instructions. I can even add files. And that's what I use to create all of my copy for my description. And there's the description for today's video right here. Or like where all the way to the bottom. This chat's getting a little bit long, so I might need to start a new one because chats get like clunky once they get really long. But see, there's the video, the SEO optimized description and some tags, and I get to put those into my description, and it will generate those automatically. But what I also do is when I'm creating my thumbnails, I have this chat right here, which what I do, and I also use this same exact thing for cloning myself for like social media posts. So if there's an image of me doing something that's probably not me, but what I do, let me just, so I might like, I'll use something like Spotter. It will help me find like a thumbnail that's going to do really well. And then what I have it do is I have it reverse engineer that prompt. And if you do want any of those things, I do put them in my checklist. I think it's right here. Go to AIprofitchecklist.com. That's the resource hub that I'm putting everything into. There it is. So there's prompts right here. If you want to create a reverse prompt, I just put them down here. If you see at the bottom of this tab, it says 50 plus AI sign prompts, but you can create like this reverse prompt right here. And you would take that and put an image. It could be a thumbnail. It could be a social media post, and it would reverse engineer the prompt because of Replicate wanting to, yeah, it stores memory way better with projects, 100%. I'm loving projects. If you're just hearing like, oh, what's a project? Go and start a project. It's just, everything's just better if you're using a project. Just trust me. So I create a reverse. So here's a good example. So I say, analyze this thumbnail and title. So there's no title, it's just an image. But if there was a title, it would write me a prompt to generate the same thumbnail used as the AI image generator and character in the image. And the character in the image is called Jonathan. It includes Jonathan's name at the beginning of the prompt because Replicate likes it when it's the very beginning. And then I made a note that I just wanted similar to the ones above because this is a chain. But if this was the first one, you wouldn't have to do that. So what it does is it then gives me a prompt that then I can go over to something like replicate, paste this in here. So it's pasted in. And then I could also add in the seed, the AI seed, which if you don't know what that means, every AI image that's generated has a seed. Usually they're just generated at random, the seed. It just uses one at random. But if you find a seed that you like to use over and over again, you can just go to if you're in replicate, it's different depending on the platform you're on. It's starting to go a little laggy, but right here under show log, you can grab the seed and you'd be able to just paste that in again. And then you'd be able to have a similar aesthetic. So what I do once I found say you find a style that you want, you can just have it recreate the thumbnail. And then what I always do is change the color of the shirt, make the expression differently. And then maybe the video needs something else in the background. You could make some notes. And then I go over to Canva and I'll add in, but then I can go over to Canva and then I can have it add in some text on it or brighten up the subject, which is me in the image. But it just saves me so much time just doing those with AI. So I generate my thumbnails with AI. I generate my shorts with AI. My goal is to get to a point where even my regular long form videos are generated with AI, but I want them to be at high enough quality where it's one thing having a live stream kind of be trimmed down with AI, but to me, just there's certain parts that haven't gotten there quite yet with long form AI edited videos. It still needs that human touch. If you ask me, what's glitching with what's that all doing? It's weird. I don't know. Cool. If you like these videos where I'm just showing you what I'm working on to get leads with AI, and just so you grasp why is that? That's glitching. That is weird. There we go. So if you like watching videos about how I'm actually just figuring out how to get leads, I'd rather just show you what I'm working on and show you what I'm experimenting with. And what I could tell you is that generating the short form content works. Doing live streams and repurposing it, it works. Doing regular long form video works. Posting on social media to get leads, it works. So the one with the contact forms, I'm experimenting with a new way. So we'll see if that works. Like I know people personally that have done it that they say it works, but I haven't done it myself yet. I'm experimenting right now because that way I could tell you if it works or not. And that's really the idea. I'm just going to be able to actually just walk you through if it's actually something that is viable. If it gets me leads, if it gets me sales and makes me money, then I'll continue talking about it. I'll continue telling you about it. And the way that I could monetize something like that, again, is all of the different recurring affiliate things and that like different products that it takes. You could just help somebody set up their whatever it is. But the thing, again, I just want to hammer this in. So no matter what you're saying, oh, there's no product in my niche that could do this. I'm going to tell you wrong. Number one, right off the bat, everybody needs a CRM. That's like a autoresponder. Everybody needs a CRM. Like could be Go High Level, could be Kit, it could be Active Campaign, it could be. I think you still need a CRM if you're using something like ClickFunnels, but all of these different things are options. So don't overthink it. Just know that whatever you're selling, whatever your niche is, it doesn't have to be the same one as mine, but whatever it is, they will always need something to market with. And if they don't already have that, you could always do like setups for people. Like maybe they need leads, like I'm showing. Show them how to do leads, or maybe you use a system like that in order to get leads and you're marketing something completely different. It's just up to you. Again, thanks everybody for hanging out with me today. I'm trying to go live every single day that I don't actually. I have my day job is I work on like TV shows and stuff like that, but I'm a independent contractor. So it's sometimes I have work and sometimes I'll go months without there being any gigs. So any day that I don't actually work, I'm working to live stream and just show you what I'm doing. I will plan to go live tomorrow, but I am working on a shoot, but I'll probably go live in the evening just like this, or try to go live in the mornings. Thanks everybody for hanging out. I will see everybody in the next live stream. Keep creating, keep earning passive income. Peace out. Bye.